thank you very much for watching this. I hope you've looked at some of the other videos. I put them out here as a free resource to help you understand more about emotional abuse, to raise the awareness of emotional abuse. It's an epidemic, a pandemic out there, and people just don't realise. So please do make use and pass on these videos. This one is about love. I'm dealing with lots of love, both personally, but also with lots of people, and it's very common in terms of abuse. So just to clarify that first bit, I have experience of both love in an abusive relationship and love in a non-abusive relationship, and that one's a lovely and very difficult thing, and that one's not such a lovely and very difficult thing. So there's a common thread there. So I'm not preaching about love, but I will give more information about love when it's in an abusive situation. Every single victim in an emotionally abusive situation or environment or relationship particularly will love their partner, and they'll usually put them on a pedestal above them and do things, be so selfless because they love them so much. And of course that's the difficulty in a abusive relationship. The victim will put themselves down, put the abuser above themselves, and be very selfless and be very hurt when they're not receiving the love, the balance that you get in a positive relationship back in return. And they're so receptive to love, so giving of love. Yet they'll never get it, not in an abusive situation, because the abusive partner cannot feel the same level of emotion, cannot match that same love. It's a very different environment, a very different person, a very different personality, and it will never work. So it's very important to realise that, and very difficult and very hurtful and very painful thing to realise, yet realise that you must in order to get out. Because lots of people I'm dealing with at the moment are saying, but what if, you need to be sure. And the way to be sure is to see the patterns, of abuse. Some abusers go through just a few cycles a year, others go through a few cycles a month, and some go through a few cycles a day, so they can change from, Jekyll and Hyde is something I often hear. But the victim is perfectly positioned to take everything and hold on to the little tiny crumbs of love that they might get, or what they think is love, but it's not. And it's all a game of fishing in terms of the abuser. They're getting what they need, a bit like a heroin user perhaps, or down there. In terms of what they need is the satisfaction of control from manipulation, the fulfillment that they get within themselves from that controlling discipline. And that's very different, a million miles away from love. Yet to the abuser, that can appear like love, and it's a very sad thing. So what you need to do simply is it is a simple thing of seeing the patterns, but you have to look through those rose-tinted spectacles that you wear. And actually that's a tough thing and a hard thing, but once you see it, you cannot not see it. So I encourage you just to find out what emotional abuse is, find out what the patterns are, the cycles, see if you can notice them in your partner. Do not accuse your partner of being emotionally abusive. It's not going to work. They'll deny it. It's not helpful. However, the label and the understanding for you is it's world changing. Sorry, ran out of film, ran out of memory. So the label is hugely significant for you, because it will help you see the patterns that are going on, and confirm for you that you're in this mismatched, imbalanced relationship rather than a balanced relationship that may well have broken apart and be awfully painful. But yeah, you need to know that it's that, and once you can see it, you can't not see it. So that's a hugely important and significant thing to have the label of victim and abuser. And who wants to be a victim, and who wants to be an abuser, to be labelled an abuser. So never, 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 never try to label, to try and convince or tell somebody that they're an abuser or being abusive. You can say that they're being abusive, or certain behaviour is abusive when you're trying to get them to realise their behaviour. But to say they are an abusive person, that won't help, unfortunately, because of course they'll never see it. So that's not helpful. So the label is very helpful and hugely significant for you, in order for you to see the pattern. And once you've seen it, you can't not see it. And to see it, you don't want to be in it. So then you can change your perception, your reality of the situation. And that's still going to hurt. That's still going to hurt. But the other people that I'm dealing with, and like I said, I've got experience of this, but of letting go of that love, you know it's not real love. It wasn't that real love. It's that mismatched love. And that's easier to let go of. It still hurts because you've invested a lot of time, perhaps years, perhaps tens of years, in that relationship. And it's been false, it's not been real, it's not what you thought it was. But it's not your fault, you've done nothing wrong. The reason is from your past. And I can help you see that, but I can help you see, get to that tipping point, to help you see that it is mismatched. I can help you confirm that if you want, through a Skype session, or perhaps a specific email. So I hope that's useful. Please don't use labels against people. Do use it for yourself to change your perspective of what the situation is, what the relationship is, whether it's a good relationship that's sadly coming to an end, or whether it's a bad, mismatched, abusive relationship, in which case please get out. You're better, you're worth more, and you can have a balanced relationship, and that's what I wish for you. Not that it breaks, but I wish a balanced relationship for you, and you can have it. You just need to develop yourself away from that abusive environment and away from that victim mentality, and you can do it. You absolutely can do it. Okay, that's enough for me, probably. Speaking very fast so I can get lots in. Thank you very much. Do share, pass on, do the usual things on YouTube and on my website, where they're all to be found as well. Many thanks, and keep contacting me and commenting. Thank you. Bye-bye.